A very good Friday to each and every one of you. Selamat tengah hari. A very good day. I mentioned that already. And welcome back to another session of ACTnow Hot Issue. What's for lunch with me, Mio Adlan. Yes, it is Friday. It is the end of the week. The weekend is upon us. But we, out of respect to what it is that's happening all over Malaysia right now, we are taking it a bit on the solemn side. We don't really want to be too happy, too excited, because the fact that Malaysia right now is actually going through its hardship right now. Banyak sangat yang telah berlaku untuk rakyat Malaysia di luar sana. Tak kisahlah whether you're in the Klang Valley or whether you're in the East Coast, whether you're up north. There's a lot of things that's happening right now, and because of that, we at ACTnow would want to really hope that each and every one of you out there really do take care of yourself. We wish you the very best in whatever it is that you're going through dalam kesusahan yang sedang anda hadapi sekarang. I have no clue. I have no no idea of what you guys are actually going through, but obviously I do have sympathy and empathy towards you guys. Hopefully you guys will be able to push this through dengan sebaik-baiknya. And of course, the other person, my colleague, who's always in this together, wanting to help out you guys, ingin membantu in any way that we possibly can. Ladies and gentlemen, my partner in crime, Melvin Lam. Wow, terkejut suddenly ada bunyi boom. Yep, okay.
Well, Senda probably came early to your house.
Yeah, something is actually happening on the roof here. So kalau kepada mereka yang sedang menonton kita orang, jangan risau, Santa Claus tak actually turun daripada bumbung rumah saya. Dia adalah sesuatu yang tengah berlaku, but the show must go on still. Hence why we are together with you right now. That's why we are together coming onto the show and sharing with you the hottest issues that has been going on. And of course, Melvin, there's no two ways about it. We have to talk about how
I like to firstly tomorrow I like to wish everyone Merry Christmas, because tomorrow is Christmas and it's Saturday. We don't have a show till Monday, so Merry Christmas everyone. But however, it's quite sad. probably a lot of our friends out there have to celebrate Christmas in the wet.
Yep.
Because
And
yeah, a lot of
unfortunately,
households
yeah,
are not
due
back in. Those affected households are not back in so-called clean up completely. Even though they clean up, they have to get. Well, I don't know when they're gonna get it furnished back to the way they
yeah.
were, and they will probably they burn a lot of holes in their pockets and all these things. Financially it'll be
Exactly.
affected as well.
So what we're talking about here, normally kebiasaannya apabila kita cerita tentang New Year's Eve, 24th of December is actually a time to be jolly, a time to be merry, because this is a time that you would gather with your family and friends. Tak kisahlah whether you celebrate Christmas or not, because Malaysia ni, as what we already know, is that regardless of whatever your religion, your race, everyone celebrates Christmas. In Malaysia, we would have, a huge gathering dekat luar KLCC will be all lit up dengan cantiknya decorations and whatnot. And then household will be having open houses. Even kerajaan pun dah kata you can actually do open houses with a very minimum number of people, but still celebrations can still go on. But we still need to focus on, we still need to emphasize the fact that many Malaysians out there are going through hardships right now, and they're not able to actually celebrate how how it was before. And this is what we want to bring up to today's topic, is that yes, we're going to be talking about the flood issues. We're going to be talking about what has happened, the repercussions of it, bantuan daripada orang ramai, bantuan daripada whoever it is. But one thing that we want to highlight to start the show, is the lack of communication and also coordination that is coming from the government agencies, the people who are supposed to be responsible to help out the ones in need. And there has been a lot of reports out there in saying that the coordination was not there, the communication was not there in regards of trying to help the people who are affected by the floods. Melvin, kick things off. What has been reported?
Yes, firstly, the public itself is crying that the government's having poor coordinations, and even our prime minister has admitted it for the shortcoming, that this has caused a lot of miserable hardships among those people that suffer. So of course we have ministers denying all this, but at the end you look at outside here, thousands of people has been suffering. And till today, this is actually a week already. It started last Friday. The rain started last Friday. So they are not able to get back to the house, most of them. They're still cleaning. I mean, if they're still cleaning their house, it's considered lucky, but some are still stuck. And a lot of lives has been lost. As at this morning or last evening, 37 lives have been reported lost. And I think also that's also unfound, named so-called people still in missing, MIA, missing in actions. They couldn't locate them. So this has been, I think, one of the worst that we have faced in the case. But we have actually experienced this. The government should know. We have this, as in, if I can recall correctly, in 2014 that happened in Kelantan, and also in 2017. It seems that Malaysians government, I wouldn't say Malaysians learned. The Malaysian government, regardless who runs at the time, never learns. And they're only good at finger pointing. But please, it's not the time, because our life is at stake. The whole week is nothing in the media. It's nothing in the social media postings, all those events that took place, people that's crying out for help on the rooftops, and it's not the way that I think we want to end the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, we started with a bad year.
Yeah.
You can remember 2021, we started with a bad year. A lot of people can't even travel. Interstate was locked. Even Chinese New Year, they can't travel back to their hometown and all these things. That's in January, I think, towards earlier of the year. And now December, We end also the same. I mean, you tell me this is worse than lockdown.
Yeah, this is something that I mean, like, I mean, to borrow what you just mentioned, Melvin, is that
Yeah,
this is not actually the first time Malaysia has actually experienced flood
yeah,
cases. We have, unfortunately, experienced all these things way back in 2006, 2007, 2010, 2014, and 2017. Basically, what we're trying to say is that Malaysia should literally have a handbook in regards of
mm,
how to deal with floods before it happened rather than helping out once it has happened. Malaysia
yeah,
should have enough data and information ready to anticipate such things happening rather than being reactive in all of these things, because we've always
yeah.
said on the show it is better to be proactive rather than reactive. Proactive meaning that you are prepared, you are ready for what is to come,
Yes,
rather than acting on the things which has already happened, which is something that is very important as well. But the problem is that lagi susah kita nak settlekan benda kalau benda tu dah terjadi versus kalau kita lebih bersedia to overcome it should we see it a mile away. And we know for a fact that this time of the year these things do happen in Malaysia, and it is such a sad case that for Malaysia, especially the agencies who are responsible in looking
mm,
into all these things, they have been mentioned, again quoting a few medias out there, published proper medias. They say that they have been notified by the Met of
Matt,
Malaysia, the Meteorology Department of Malaysia, as early as first week of December. Dia orang dah dapat that information ni, but
yes,
nothing was
11.
acted upon it. Yeah. What do you think about that, Malcolm?
Now, first of all, everyone's trying to wear defensive now. As Matt says, yes, as early as December 11th, announcements there was already claims that they have really given a warning sign. Now, the warning signs, Matt gave it to the other agency called NATMA, isn't it? Is it NATMA?
Yep. Not my,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, which is supposed to be handling national disaster. Was that a meeting with them took place? And then, as yesterday, a lot of these authorities or agencies say, "Oh, we did not expect to be so bad." That is not an excuse. We can't. You are entrusted with the national life, the riot's life. That's in your hand. You cannot say, "Oh, I never expected to be that." You should be any time be ready. Even good weather time, you should have a lot of training, case studies, what you should do if this happened. It rained last Friday, and it did not happen this over a split of second. Everything floods.
Yep.
When you have that, okay, when it's this so-called indications, yes, the rains, yeah, it was continuing raining, overflowing of the river bands and all this. Action must be taken really now. It took them so long, and even the
Yep.
army heads actually say that we are ready to get instruction to execute. I mean, to carry on with the job, but they couldn't wait. I have respect to the whatever his name, Dunsri. He said he took his own initiative to get his people, the
Yep.
Askars, to go because the instruction was not received by them from the top. I mean, from the Prime Minister office or from all this. So if we could have added even half a day earlier, it's make a lot of difference. Yes, we cannot challenge Mother Nature. Yeah, someone say, "Oh, Mother Nature is act of gods," But then, if
Yep.
we well prepare and know when to execute the timing, rather than you look at me, I look at you, I look at the weather, I'm not prepared.
Yep.
I'll continue with my sleep. Yeah, I don't know whether it's I tell you, in Cheras where I stay, it was not I mean, it rained throughout the day, but it was drizzling. So if I happen to be staying in a place that if I'm the head of that agency, yeah, it's just a light rain. Yeah, I just continue my sleep. It should not be like that.
Yep. Correct.
Matt
Yeah,
should know.
they have
There's 11
been,
that he
yeah.
knows. No, sorry. He have pre-announcements, yes, Matt. But Matt, the person in charge, then would know on the day, on Friday itself, how bad it is, and call for emergency meeting. Alert them. Alert the Prime Minister.
Yeah. Basically, what we're trying to say is that what we're trying to highlight is that a lot of things could have been prevented, or at least it would not have been this severe should initial actions have been taken place. Because again, like I said, like what you said as well, Marvin, is about being proactive rather than reactive. And unfortunately, what's done is done. If this is not a lesson from the government agencies for them to take and really understand and really dive into it, and hopefully that they learn from it, for future events, I don't know what will. Because like you cannot have this kind of thing anymore, because they have all of the expertise, they have all of the people who are professionals at this, all the professors, all of the researchers, all of the technicians who really knows in and out about how the weather works. Again, we cannot stop Mother Nature. If it wants to rain, it rains. You cannot just simply ask, like, tolong berhenti jap hujan. It doesn't work that way. But at the end of the day,
The
you can
Momo should we
forecast.
call the Momo, the famous Momo, to stop the rain.
Yeah, nah, don't get started about the Bomo thing. That one, buah kelapa itu the belakang cerita. But one thing I do want to highlight on the second part of the show is that, Marvin, it takes a natural disaster for you to really see we Malaysians are very, very caring towards one
Yes,
another.
I want to
We
end this.
want to help each other, and never have I seen personally that a whole lot of effort has been done on an individual point of view, that Malaysians are coming together regardless of their race, regardless of their culture, regardless of their religion. We want to help each other, and that is such a sight to behold, Melvin.
Yes, something that's. I think Malaysia is a lovely place. The riot is a lovely people. We are lovely people. It's just minus the politicians or politician wannabes. We are very wonderful, beautiful people. We actually, most of us does not look at you. I do not look at Mio, or Mio doesn't look at Melvin. Our color of the skin. But it's the politicians that instigates behind that make us like we want to hate each other. But truly, if we look at this, like that's why I think it's probably happens for reasons. Pandemic happened for a reason, because it tells us we should not be greedy. We should love each other. But I think Malaysians doesn't, the government doesn't learn about it. God make it another time for us to learn a hard way,
Yeah.
probably. You see, we have people of different races coming together to help each other, and thanks to a lot of NGOs, a lot of people in the public, they actually come down to give a hand to those needy people at this time, because the government acted too slow, like it or not. Because
Yeah.
it's yesterday. I mean, it's quite worldwide shame. I mean, I'm quite embarrassed if MCMC requests Twitter to bring down all this story, because bring to so-called hurt the image of the Malaysians, but it doesn't hurt the image of the Malaysians. It hurt the image of the government. But this is truly happened. This is for public interest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like looking at it this way, because like obviously each and every one of you guys out there, whatever social media platform that you're on, Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or TikTok, even, you can actually see in real time how people are helping each other. They are calling for each other to help. They are requesting anybody who has access to certain types of vehicles, certain types of equipments, please come down. And they have been and people have been swarming down to, I mean, like, again, I can only make reference to in Shah Alam, because again, that's the closest from where I live. I mean, granted, there's a lot of things that is also still happening down in the East Coast, in Kelantan, in Pahang, in Terengganu, and whatnot. But what I want to highlight is that it doesn't take a lot for Malaysians to actually come together and help for the to help the ones who are in need. And it is such a noble thing for what is actually happening. I mean, granted, you do get a lot of haters out there saying that, oh, dia pergi nak ambil selfie je. Oh, dia bukannya tolong apa sangat. I mean, like, haters are going to hate at the end of the day, but you can't deny the fact that a lot of people are down there in the mud helping out the ones who are affected by this. Melvin, what do you think?
It's true. I mean, we're not supposed to talk about politics or refer to them, but Muda did a fundraising, no palms, but between less than 3 days, raised 1 million. And yesterday was the day before evening, they wanted to have raised another 500,000 for Pahang. And yesterday afternoon, they raised 400,000 already. I think they have reached the target. No hoo-ha, no backdrop and all these things. But we have two ministers. And until today, can you two ministers tell us how much have you have you so-called successfully secure your drive?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then the action was so fast taken. The NGOs, even pets NGOs, animals NGOs. I'm very touched. I see a lot of Muslims, young Muslims, carrying dogs.
Yep.
They can't say, "Oh, I can't. It's wet and I cannot touch them." When it's wet, especially, right? But they do.
Yep.
The dogs on the rooftop and all these things, they actually carry them to a safe place. So I'm so touched. I mean, Malaysians are actually a lovely people. I think Malaysians love each other.
Yeah, exactly. But we also need to clarify here. We also need to bring this to light as well. In the time of need, in a time of disaster, there are still people out there who likes to take advantage of this thing. Because why I'm highlighting this, because we have been getting reports, or at least whatever it is that we have read, there are irresponsible people out there who are taking advantage of the situation, putting up bank accounts saying that they want to help people, but in fact they're not. They're just taking the money for themselves. We also have cases where tow truck are actually taking cars which are not theirs, they're not even supposed to take the cars away. They are taking the plate number down. They are taking the cars as if it was theirs to do whatever things that they want. Because at the end of the day, humans are humans. There are always going to be great humans out there, but still, you're talking about the 1% of this irresponsible human beings who like to take advantage of people out there. And these people should just be whacked, but we cannot do that because of, we need the authorities to help out. But can the authorities do anything about this, or they're just like, tak boleh nak tolong, Melvin?
I read it yesterday in the paper. Bukit Aman already sends a lot of officers to all those affected areas. Make sure, to monitor those people towing cars. I mean, these are people who have no, I tell you, this is something I probably like to have capital punishments back.
Okay.
They're actually routing also. Maidin's boss is very, of course, generous. But it was also people. If it's stealing food, fine. Probably you're hungry, but the people are still microwave and all these things. And
where they want to jojo the plant, no power, ma. So no, but before you continue,
how much damage has been done?
No, before you continue, I do want to highlight that, it is true that the CEO of Maidin has actually, gave out a statement in saying that, looting has happened in one of his outlets, and dia menghalalkan. He actually said that it's fine in this time of need. People need stuff, and he actually said that no actions will be taken upon all of those looters. But we honestly hope that the people who actually took all this stuff, they are taking this stuff because they are in need of this stuff. Again, kalau dia tiba-tiba ambil contohnya TV, tipu lah kau nak tengok TV sekarang kan. Kalau kau if you take makanan, if you take Pampers ke, if you take other kind of food and whatnot, understand. Tapi kalau you curi TV, kalau you curi whatever it is like electric appliances, nampak sangat you mencuri sebenarnya. But it's actually a good thing that he has actually done coming up. Again, granted, dia actually orang besar, dia dah banyak duit, dia dah banyak business, he can afford to do that. Tapi kesian kepada mereka yang berada dalam situation yang also being looted, but unfortunately cannot do anything about it, and they have no ways to actually cover it back. So it's very sad indeed to look at all of these victims as well, Marvin.
I think police have actually arrested a lot of them. Even though, of
Mm,
course, my dean to say yes, it's big-hearted. Okay, fine. During this time, let's not no follow up. But it is a crime. It's a crime. They were captured on
yep,
CCTV. So it's
yep,
actually quite a number of them was arrested. You know. Okay, let's get the police on deal with them. But those who actually tow away cars that's not theirs or not authorized, that is a criminal. You are stealing a car. You know,
yep.
and know the hardship faced by us. Yesterday, last night, I did a calculation for this just for sake for this issue. Do you think there's about 100,000 household affected throughout the country?
At least, at
Yeah.
least.
If one household lost 20,000 in it, which I think easily, like they have a TV, have this thing, fridge, appliances, the sofa set, whatever, 20,000 easily. You multiply by 10, 100,000 household. It's something like 2 billion ringgit.
Mm,
That's a lot of money. That's why I said it's worse than our lockdown. No, not down. Yes, we're still in the house. Everything's still intact. But this is
yeah,
actually, yeah, it's not burned down. It's actually washed out, washed away. You can't use it anymore.
yeah,
Your TV, you
exactly.
have to throw it away. Everything have to throw away. You know. So to earn back that money would take how long, especially in this time. And you have the heart to tow away the car.
Yeah. I mean, I totally in agreement with you. I mean, these people should just be shot on sight. Tapi kita bukannya orang yang boleh tembak orang sesuka hati. Kita ada undang-undang kat sini. So we do hope that these, culprits, these irresponsible human being, as what we highlighted earlier, be brought to
Yeah.
justice
Yeah.
because they're just taking advantage of the situation
Yes.
for their
Yeah.
own gain, for their personal gain, and this should not happen because you merosakkan semangat. Okay, I nak guna kata-kata our PM, semangat keluarga Malaysia juga. This is actually keluarga Malaysia, Marvin. You can't deny it. This is keluarga Malaysia.
Actually, Malaysians practice keluargas long time ago. You want to,
Correct.
it's nothing new, you know.
Yep.
But it things some people that make it difference.
Yeah. Actually, kalau
I
you nak
think
pakai ayat-ayat satu Malaysia pun kita boleh pakai juga. Sekarang sebenarnya from your
satu
hero,
Malaysia, you
Dato'
know.
Seri Najib kan. It's still the same thing. So
I remember when we were young. I don't know how it practice. It doesn't. I practice it. When we cook something, we share with your neighbors.
yeah, I do that.
Now, a lot of things
Yep.
don't do that. When there's festivals like Christmas, I'm not Christian, but festivals, I mean, last Sunday, we went and buy out some things like cakes or cookies to even to giving to our neighbors and not celebrating Christmas for the matter.
Yeah.
You know?
It is something that.
So I remember when this is a culture when we were small, right? We make some sweet dessert at home, red bean dessert. We would give our left, right neighbor.
Yeah, correct. I mean, it's something that we always practice before, but unfortunately, it's not being practiced as much now. But what we want to say at the end of this segment, we just want to highlight to people is that, stay strong. I mean, yes, we need to help one another, especially in this time. Sebenarnya kita tak payah nak tunggu malapetaka, kita tak payah nak tunggu a disaster happen for us to show our love towards one another, to our neighbors, to our family, to our friends. We don't need a disaster to let this good traits come out. We can always show it as what we always do. Anyway, so Malaysia, please be safe. Please be well. Yeah, it is Christmas Eve anyway. So try to try to go through this difficult time as strong as you possibly can. Our best wishes, our hopes and prayers are always with you all. Yeah. Okay, so to end this segment, we do always want to bring out about the magical and the magnificent ACTnow mobile community app and what it can do for your community as well. We do want to highlight one thing over here, Melvin, in the short one. What are we highlighting today? Ini kerusi you ke? You tinggal sini?
Some major politicians throw away their chair after they lost their seat. After they lost their seat.
Adoy. Why lah? Okay, go on with your report, please.
Okay, this is a ticket we received recently. It's in Cheras. These things, people dump things there, you know. So we have the assistant as SW Corp, which responded to us, and they say that they went for investigation, and actually on the day and time, they weren't giving us the time and date, which is on 21st December, 10 o'clock morning. So SW Corps and Alam Fora sent a team there after receiving this report to investigate. So based on their investigations, they found that pile rubbish was done by unregistered food store traders along that road. So the stores are outside the scope of Alam Fora because they can't do anything. Because Alam Fora is here to clean up, pick up rubbish, clean all these things. But they actually go, two teams, SW Corp and Alam Fora, where investigate where are this rubbish coming from. It's actually from those stores, those culprits, not even have license. I hope the majestic actions, they dump the things there. So SW Corp will actually has promised to do monitoring time to time for the cleanliness of this area, right?
Yeah,
So
as you can see in this picture right here, that is actually all being cleaned up already after it has been reported through the magical app, which is the ACTnow mobile community app, and it does work, folks. The app does work. All you have to do is just download the app on your Google Play Store or the Apple App Store and lodge your report should you think that is something that is not to the custom of your area. Contohnya macam ni, sampah dibuang merata ataupun kedai buka tak ada kebenaran, or whatever it is that you think may be of an issue. You can just snap a photo and report it, and your identity will be staying anonymous, so nobody will know who you are, and you will do your civic duty as part of the community. And just remember, folks, download the app ACTnow on the Google Play Store and the App Store. Okay, we have come to the end of the show today. Thank you so much, Melvin. So we would like to wish each and every Malaysians out there, regardless of religion and race and whatnot, happy Merry Christmas, which is going to be tomorrow, and hope for those who for Christians out there, hope that Father Christmas, bless you and bless all Malaysia well this time around as well. Last words from you, Melvin.
Yes, so Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And remember, we have a lot of friends. Our brothers, sisters are suffering right now. So if you have time to spend on this thing, don't do crazy things like follow SOP. Please do not add mystery to our life, to everyone's life for the matter.
Exactly.
So stay safe, and we'll see you all again on Monday.
Exactly.
All right, take care.
All right, then.
Take care.
Thank you, Melvin. See you on Monday.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, that was Melvin together with myself talking to you all the hottest issues that has been happening. Last words from me, obviously, me personally mengharapkan kepada semua mangsa-mangsa banjir berada di dalam keadaan yang terbaik. Again, there's a lot of people who are helping out right now, wherever it is that whether you're in Shah Alam, whether you're in Hulu Langat, whether you're in Kuantan, or in Kelantan, Terengganu, wherever it is. There are people who care. There are people who are willing to do a lot of things, and be grateful that there are still people here in Malaysia, because we are Malaysians after all, and hope you guys go through this difficult time as strong as you possibly can. Me Alan here signing out. Merry Christmas. Hope to see you guys again on Monday. Hope, and ho ho ho, I guess. Be well. Take care.